Apple has announced that it will be cracking down on device fingerprinting with new App Store API rules. Device fingerprinting is a technique used by advertisers to track users across different apps and websites. It works by collecting a unique set of data about a device, such as its IP address, hardware identifiers, and browser settings. This data can then be used to create a fingerprint that can be used to track the user across different platforms. Apple's new rules will make it more difficult for advertisers to use device fingerprinting. Starting with iOS 17, tvOS 17, watchOS 10, and macOS Sonoma, developers will be required to declare the reasons for using so-called required reason APIs. Apps failing to provide a valid reason will be rejected. The required reason APIs include APIs that can be used to collect data about a device's hardware, software, and usage patterns. This data can be used for a variety of legitimate purposes, such as detecting fraud, preventing spam, and providing personalized experiences. However, it can also be used for tracking users across different apps and websites. Apple's new rules are a significant step forward in protecting user privacy. They will make it more difficult for advertisers to track users without their consent. This will give users more control over their privacy and make it easier for them to protect their personal information. How device fingerprinting works. Device fingerprinting is a technique used by advertisers to track users across different apps and websites. It works by collecting a unique set of data about a device, such as its IP address, hardware identifiers, and browser settings. This data can then be used to create a fingerprint that can be used to track the user across different platforms. Here are some of the data that can be used for device fingerprinting. IP address. Hardware identifiers, such as the device's MAC address or IMEI number. Browser settings, such as the user's preferred language or the time zone they are in. App usage patterns, such as the apps the user has installed or the websites they have visited. This data can be collected by advertisers in a variety of ways. For example, advertisers can collect this data directly from users' devices through cookies or other tracking technologies. They can also collect this data from third-party data brokers. Why Apple is cracking down on device fingerprinting. Apple is cracking down on device fingerprinting because it is a privacy concern. Device fingerprinting allows advertisers to track users across different apps and websites without their consent. This can be used to build a detailed profile of the user's online activity, which can then be used to target them with advertising. Apple is committed to protecting user privacy. The company's new rules are a significant step forward in this effort. They will make it more difficult for advertisers to track users without their consent, which will give users more control over their privacy. What does this mean for advertisers? The new rules will make it more difficult for advertisers to track users across different apps and websites. This will mean that advertisers will have to find new ways to target users with advertising. One way that advertisers may try to circumvent the new rules is by using more sophisticated techniques for device fingerprinting. However, Apple is likely to continue to update its rules to make it more difficult for advertisers to track users. Another way that advertisers may try to target users is by using contextual advertising. Contextual advertising is a type of advertising that shows ads that are relevant to the content that the user is viewing.